Listen closely, warrior. If I could watch your face for just 10 seconds, your eyes, your breath, the twitch in your jaw, I would know exactly how to break you. Because control doesn't start with force. It starts the moment you become predictable. And most people are painfully easy to read. They wear their emotions like open wounds. One small push and they bleed reaction. One word of praise and they roll over like dogs. I have walked the shadows of human psychology for decades. What I teach is not kindness, it is survival. Real power begins where emotional reaction dies. The man who cannot be read cannot be controlled. He becomes a ghost in their games. Look around you. The ones who get used, manipulated, and discarded are not weak. They are simply transparent. They explain when no one asked. They defend before they are attacked. They react before they think. And in doing so, they hand over the keys to their mind. Machiavellian truth is cold but pure. Humans move toward advantage. They test boundaries. They probe for weakness. They study your patterns like hunters study prey. The one who reacts fastest loses first. The one who stays silent and still controls the entire tempo of the game. When your reactions become slow, deliberate, and rare, something terrifying happens to them. Pressure stops working. Baits lose their poison. You will learn how to remove your emotional handles, how to stop feeding manipulators with your instant responses, how to become calm in a way that makes them afraid. This is not therapy. This is armor. Dark, quiet, unbreakable psychological armor forged in the understanding of human nature. You keep getting hurt not because others are strong. You keep getting hurt because your inner state is glowing like a signal fire for anyone who knows how to look. A slight accusation and you defend. A delayed reply and you grow anxious. A little compliment and you become cooperative. These are not normal reactions. They are openings. Manipulators do not need to overpower you. They only need to trigger you. Once triggered, you stop thinking strategically and start bleeding emotionally. They test with small moves first, a dismissive tone, a vague threat, a fake silence. Each time you react, they collect data. Data becomes leverage. Over-explaining is suicide in slow motion. Every extra word reveals your fears, your desires, your insecurities. Speak less than you know, always. Pressure should make you quieter, not louder. The wise man wins by deception what fools try to win by force. Stay calm, stay cold, stay dangerous. Speed is weakness disguised as confidence. Instant replies are impulses in disguise. A deliberate pause creates terror in the mind of your opponent. In that silence, they lose certainty. Without certainty, their tactics collapse. You still feel, but you decide when feeling turns into action. Composure is not absence of emotion. It is mastery over it. From this moment, treat every response as a calculated weapon, never a reflex. Most people live in a fantasy about human nature. They believe in loyalty, fairness, and permanent alliances. That belief will destroy you. Humans move according to self-interest. Support appears when benefits align. Distance appears the moment value drops. This is not cynicism. This is clarity. Never trust words. Watch actions when sacrifice is required. That is when true priorities bleed through the mask. Study baselines. When someone deviates from their normal pattern, that deviation is a signal louder than any promise they ever made. Detach your ego from observation. Watch people like a predator studies prey, without personal offense, only with cold curiosity about what they gain and what they fear. The person who governs their reaction governs the moment. Every provocation creates an internal surge. The weak let it drive. The strong let it pass. Provocation only works when it produces visible movement. If they can make you angry on command, they own your attention and your future. Create the gap, breathe, think, then act. In that sacred pause lives your freedom and their uncertainty. Emotional displays reward the aggressor. Calmness breaks their feedback loop. No feedback means no control. Become the disruption they cannot calculate. The disciplined mind thinks first, then acts. The fool reacts, then regrets. Precision always defeats speed without direction. Short answers, neutral tone, clean language. These are not weaknesses. They are the architecture of unassailable presence. Not every trigger deserves your energy. Some are bait. Some are noise. Learn to classify before you engage. Selective response is supreme power. Predictability creates handles for others to grab. Becoming unreadable is not coldness. It is strategic invisibility. Stop announcing your plans, your frustrations, your next moves. Early disclosure invites interference, resistance, and quiet sabotage. Mystery forces caution. When they cannot map you, they hesitate. When they hesitate, you move first. Speak selectively. Reveal slowly. Let scarcity increase your value. Conversation is not confession. Dialogue is not data dump. Show nothing until execution is unstoppable. By then, resistance comes too late to matter. Half measures create enemies. Completeness creates dominance. Maintain emotional neutrality in public. No dramatic spikes, no leaking micro-expressions. Train your face to reveal nothing. Introduce controlled variation in your behavior. Break their ability to forecast you. Internal structure, external opacity. That is the formula. Attachment to any single outcome is a chain around your neck. The moment you need something too much, you become controllable. Desperation has a scent. Skilled operators smell it immediately. They see your unwillingness to walk away and tighten the noose. Pursue strongly, but remain emotionally independent. Calm energy in negotiation is terrifying to those who need the deal more than you do. Approval hunger is another silent killer. When you need their validation, they own the steering wheel of your life. Anchor your worth internally. Let their praise be welcome, but never necessary. The man who cannot be bought cannot be steered. Outcome fixation creates tunnel vision. Detachment keeps your eyes wide open to alternatives, exits, and better paths. Fast emotional recovery is a superpower. Those chained to outcomes collapse after failure. The detached simply adjust and continue. Loud ambition invites attack. Silent progress builds empire. Announce nothing until the victory is already complete. Underestimation is your greatest ally. Let them think you are harmless. While they sleep, you sharpen the blade. Private preparation protects momentum. No audience means pure internal drive. No applause cycles, only results. Keep your goals in darkness. Social expectation creates anxiety. Anxiety poisons execution. Silence preserves hunger. Share outcomes, never processes. Reveal results, never intentions. Let your finished work speak with terrifying authority. Quiet productivity signals depth. Loud productivity signals insecurity. Depth commands respect. Insecurity invites challenge. Becoming untouchable is not becoming emotionless. It is moving your center of control from outside to deep inside. External storms may touch your surface, but they never reach your core. You hear everything. You are moved by almost nothing. Insults lose their sting. Rejection loses its power to destroy. Betrayal becomes mere information, not emotional poison. Process events as data first, emotion second. This reversal marks the birth of true psychological maturity. Do not chase theatrical revenge. Choose structural advantage. Strengthen your position. Tighten boundaries. Limit access. Invest emotionally only where it is earned. Give deep access to very few. Scarcity multiplies the value of your presence. Calm becomes your default. Pressure no longer accelerates you. Praise no longer inflates you. Fear no longer corners you. Manipulators lose interest in targets who do not react. When you stop feeding the machine moves on to easier prey. Protect yourself, not by arguing, but by selecting, limiting, and disengaging. Exit is cleaner than escalation. Distance is stronger than conflict. Enforce your standards quietly but relentlessly. Consistency teaches the world exactly how you must be treated. Your nervous system will rewire. What once triggered anxiety now triggers analysis. What once caused hesitation now creates strategy. Composure becomes natural. Strength becomes baseline. You are no longer moved without your explicit permission. This path is simple to understand but brutal to walk. Most will hear these words and do nothing. The few who apply them become untouchable. Measure your growth not by how intensely you feel, but by how unshakably you hold your center when the world tries to break it. Not by how fast you answer, but by how precisely you choose your response. Not by how much you reveal, but by how deeply you protect your inner kingdom. When your reactions become intentional, your silence becomes strategic, and your presence becomes heavy with quiet power. They will feel the difference. You do not need to dominate every room. You only need to remain undominated inside your own mind. That is the ultimate victory. Noise will always exist. Provocation will always exist. But you can choose to remain the still point in their chaos. Calm is leverage. Silence is positioning. Detachment is mastery over dependency. These are the dark arts of the untouchable. If these truths resonate in your bones, you already know what must be done. Begin today. React less. Observe more. Reveal nothing until it is too late for them to stop you. The world rewards the predictable with chains. It fears the unreadable with respect. Choose your category wisely. I have shown you the path through the shadows. Now walk it without mercy for your old reactive self. Every trigger you ignore strengthens the armor. Every pause you master increases your power. Every secret you keep becomes another layer of protection. Humanity is predictable in its selfishness. Use that knowledge not to hate, but to navigate with cold precision and quiet strength. You were never meant to be controlled. The handles were installed by your own uncontrolled emotions. Remove them now. Become the calm that unsettles others. Become the silence that makes them speak too much. Become the mystery they cannot solve. This is not about becoming a monster. It is about refusing to be prey in a world full of hunters. Guard your reactions like sacred weapons. Guard your plans like state secrets. Guard your peace like the empire it truly is. The strongest move is often the one you never show until it has already won. Master that art, and you master life. I have watched too many bright souls fall because they could not stop performing their emotions for an audience of predators. You will not be one of them. Not anymore. From this breath forward, you choose control. Breathe deep. Slow everything down. Feel the power rising in the stillness. This is who you were always meant to become. The game continues whether you play consciously or not. Play it as the master, not the puppet. Let them chase shadows while you move in absolute clarity and total command of yourself. This knowledge is ancient. dangerous, effective. Use it with awareness, and you will walk through fire untouched. The final truth is simple and merciless. Those who cannot be predicted cannot be defeated. Embody that truth in every interaction. Let your calm radiate quiet threat. Let your silence speak louder than their noise. You control your reactions. You read their patterns. You move in silence. You remain untouchable. The world will test you. Let it. Every test you pass with composure makes you stronger and them weaker. This is the way of the few who truly understand power. Not loud, not flashy, just relentlessly effective. Carry this mindset like a blade hidden beneath calm waters, ready, sharp, invisible until needed. I have given you the map through the darkness. Now discard your old self and walk it without hesitation. Stay measured, stay aware, stay unreadable. The predators will sense the change and keep their distance. Because now you know, and knowing changes everything. You are no longer easy prey. You have become the shadow they fear but cannot touch. This is your rebirth into psychological sovereignty. Guard it, live it, never go back. Calm mind, controlled moves, unbreakable will. The game belongs to you now.